Hey guys, you're watching C1 and Only. My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a City. And I finished off the McDonald's here. We've got the car park around the front here. We've got this sort of McDonald's-y wall using the new cobblestone walls we've got and the quartz blocks. Very nice. Got the lamppost up. I changed the lamppost designs. We've now got a stone wall at the bottom and at the top. And I think it's a much cleaner looking lamppost design. I think it looks a lot better than just the straight fences that we used to have. So I'm happy with that. And I also changed the, what are they called? Traffic lights as well by just putting a stone wall at the bottom, a cobblestone wall at the bottom, which I'm very happy with. But we've even got the drive-through, so you come round the back here, you order your menu here, then you drive round, and then you got the two windows here where you can order, where you like pay there, don't you? And then you collect your food there, which is awesome. I love it. I think it looks really good. I like it. I wish that they fixed the bug with the bricks in this natural texture pack. I know a few of you have actually been having the same trouble with this sort of grey brownness on the edge of the bricks. I don't know what that is. But I also want to show you the beach as well. I've done a little bit of work on the beach. I've got these palm trees up and about. We've got like a little, I don't know, little fire here with some cups, using some plant pots for some cups. Little stack of wood here. We've got some deck chairs with some towels. Some more here with a little sombrero or something, whatever you want to call it. Got the coconuts in the trees. There's even a few coconuts on the ground underneath some palm trees. But hiccups. It does need a little bit more work, I think. Oh, I do like this though. This is the Watchtower, the Bay Watchtower, you know. And they sit up here, and then if anyone gets into trouble, they come running down, and they're always good-looking blokes or good-looking women, which is always very, very good. I've even put the boys out here to mark off a safe zone for the people to swim in. They're sort of a little bit randomly dotted about. Because obviously beyond this line is going to be the fishing area, you know, where boats are going to be traversing and stuff. So we don't want people swimming out there. We don't want people getting hurt and stuff like that. But yeah, got all the palm trees. We need a few palm trees up here, but I think it's looking pretty good. I've also put a wall around the cathedral. You guys were saying use the cobblestone walls around the cathedral, which I thought was an excellent idea. Got a little arch bit here. Maybe work out some type of gate to put on here. And I'm just working in some paths going from gravel for the neat paths, and then they sort of slowly break into dirt, but this is actually brown wool, but it looks good in this texture pack as dirt, in a little pass about here, where we can then put some graves and stuff like that, you know, some headstones, which would be really cool. But today, we are working on my first ever skyscraper. I've never built a skyscraper before. I'm a little bit scared, really, because they're sort of a big project. But the way we're going to do it is I'm actually going to build the bottom level, well, at least try to build the bottom level with you. We're going to use snow. I would use quartz, but quartz has this sort of line between them. Can you see, like, this shadow line between each block? When snow will leave us a much more sort of flawless look. So I'm going to use snow as it, because it's going to be a sort of modern apartment complex. So it's going to be very modern looking. And the corner of it is actually going to be in a little bit from the road. This road is going to continue that way. And I want it on the corner. How many blocks in is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen, it'd be there then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. There, I think it's going to be, isn't it? That looks about right. So the corner of it's going to be there, and that'll give us enough room for some, in fact, we might move it back a couple, like that, and then that'll give us enough room down the front here, off the pathway, for some trees and some nice greenery about. But I haven't really got a great idea. In fact, I'm going to go here, in fact, because I want this to come out. We're going to build the bottom level together, hopefully, and then we'll sort of just replicate it as we go up. So the bottom level is sort of going to be a bit of a funky shape. We're going to have three wide, maybe 4 wide. How much room we've got? 4 wide, I think. So we've got 4 wide block, and then that'll go in here. And there's going to be every single apartment. It's hard to describe. Every single apartment is going to have like a balcony, which is what these are going to be. And then we're just going to sort of duplicate the look all the way up. So then we're going to have this maybe 7 blocks wide, and that'll go up the middle. You just got to bear with me for a minute until I sort of get in my head how we're gonna do it. I'm sort of building this off the wall, really, you know, just off the top of my head. Okay, and then we're gonna have exactly the same as what we did over on that side. So it's going to come down like this with a block of 4 in between, like that. Is that what I've got over here? Should be, hopefully. And then another one like that. And then that's going to be the corner. So they're going to be the 2 corners. That's how wide the skyscraper is going to be. It's not going to be extremely wide, but it's going to get a little bit bigger because this corner here, we're then going to bring this corner out 3 blocks as well. And then maybe have a gap of 2 around this side, or 3. Gap of 2 or gap of 3? Maybe a gap of 3. We'll have this block 1 wider than that one. And then we'll have another widgety bit like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it'll go in here. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It'll come right, I promise. It'll come right. And then we're going to have that there. And then we'll have a gap of 3. And then I've got a good idea in my head of what I sort of want it to look like. It's just like this whole drawing thing, you know, when you have a good idea of a drawing in your head, but you can never get it onto paper. It's the same sort of principle. Okay, so that's going to be the basic layout, and then we're going to leave a gap of 3, and then do exactly the same as what we had here on that side. Okay, so just let me finish that off, and I should be right back. Okay, so this is the bottom floor completed, or the floor plan of it. And then on this bottom floor, we're going to leave this open for the doors. This is where the doors are going to be. But now we need to work out the height. So these are going to be the balcony apartments. These are going to be where the apartments are. So how are we going to do this? Maybe, let me start on this side here. We're going to have ice. Ice is actually going to be quite an integral part. Whoops, not junglewood. Ice is going to be a fairly integral part of this build. And we're going to have ice that sort of runs up the outside here for a little bit of blue. And then the apartment walls are going to go up like so. And on this side. And then we'll probably use iron bars to say sort of a really nice balcony look to it. With, I don't really want to use the jungle. I don't like the look of the jungle in this texture pack. It's a little bit too red. So I might use birch as it's a bit of a lighter colour. We'll go like that, which is the sort of balcony bit. And then we shall have ice, have snow underneath it, just to cover it up because it's the bottom floor. We shouldn't need to worry about it as we go higher. Just like this, probably 3 blocks high. And then this can go up here, oops, like this, and on this side. It'll look good once it's multiplied all the way up. We've just got to wait until we multiply it all the way up. And then that'll go like that. And that's going to be our basic look for the, yeah, like that. That's going to be our basic look for each apartment level. We might even put a glowstone in each one to make it light up. And then that'll be the same there as well. And then for this bit, we're going to have, oops, not that, an ice pillar. And then that's going to be 2 blocks out, I think I want to do, actually. So it actually goes a little bit thicker, like that. See how we're getting a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shape to it now? That's what I sort of like. And then here, it's going to be a little bit different because it's the front. But basically, we're going to go up to the same level as our apartments. And we're just going to do a sort of H shape. Like this, sort of a H, if you know what I mean. Or an N. And then the doors, we'll figure that out in a minute. We'll figure out the doors last, probably. But behind here is going to be ice. It's already night time, man. It goes so quick. Like this. And along here. And then it'll do the same on this side. Like so. First time building it, guys. Cut me a little bit of slack. I've never done a skyscraper before. Never done it. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, and then it'll be multiplied all the way up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut away now and get a few levels in and then come back and see how it's getting on. Whoa. How about that, guys? I think that's about 23 stories, and I think that's a pretty good height. We don't want to go too sillily high, too high on this one, too sillily high on this one. I think it's only an apartment complex. We've got a lot of businesses around here. You know, we've got the corner stores, we've got all the emergency services, but we haven't got enough houses yet. So some apartment complex will bring in some population to be able to take up all these jobs. At the moment, though, it is only one side. It's taken me a long, long time to replicate this, but this is exactly the reason why I went for a sort of a basic, repetitive design, because it makes it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker to build it higher, if you know what I mean. If you do it very detailed with each apartment level, it'll take you forever. I mean, that cathedral took me weeks to build, so I didn't want something, at the moment I don't want something that's going to take up so much time. But something I did do is I changed out the iron bars for glass panes, because I thought they looked better, and I swapped out the ice around this side here for black wool, and I think that looks really, really cool. Something though I do want to change is at the top here, on the top few levels, I actually want to sort of bulge this out a little bit, like so, just for about 5 levels or so. So that's going to be 1, and then like this will be 2, just to get a little bit of shape up the top here. No other real reason, just to give it a little bit of shape. 3, 4, and I'll show you what it looks like. I hope it's going to look good. In my head it looks great, so we'll just have to see what it looks like on Minecraft. And 5, okay, it's getting night time. I haven't put any glowstone in, so all the apartments aren't going to light up. But yeah, as you can see, it sort of gives a little bit of shape up the top there, a little bit of difference, do you know what I mean? I like it. Now this side and that side are going to be exactly the same, but these two are going to be a little bit different. We've still got the apartments, like the right, middle and left apartments, with ice in the middle here, and there, but then all of this is all going to be probably, well, we might be having black, well, wait a minute, let's go around here. How did I do this again? That's like 2, then 3, and that's just like 1, then 3. What I was thinking on these ones is just to have ice, like that, 3 ice all the way up. But I might change that for black now that I've got black in there. In my head, this was all ice, but I might change those 3 and the other end there to black wool all the way up, and then have the ice in these little one wide bits as well. Let me do this second wall, and we'll see how it looks like, how the two looks like together. I'll be right back. Alright, I just slept away the night, and oh my god, here's second side, but I have been up and down, up and down, up and down. I've been out in the van, I've been picking up things, I've been dropping up things, people have been over, so it's been like 2 hours, but I've got the second side done, and I tell you something, these skyscrapers are really, really boring to build, because they're just so repetitive, aren't they? They're just the same shape over and over again, but once they're built, once you're sort of standing down and looking up at them, they look fantastic, don't they? They look fabulous. Now, I want to do the same thing as I done on this side, with the sort of the 5 bits in the middle on there, but that's the sort of corner, and I like the sort of 2 different shapes we've got. You know, we've got both sides, the 2 sides are a little bit different, so we've got this front here, which will be the same as the back, with the sort of black down in the middle, and then on this side, we've got the black down the sides with with these white snow going up in a sort of piano keyboardy like fashion. I really like the look of it, and then the ice in the middle. Really, really, really cool, I think. Really nice height as well for our first skyscraper. We could go higher, and we will go higher on other skyscrapers. Eventually, we want to get an office skyscraper, you know, a normal office, sort of New York inspired one. But that's looking pretty good. I've just got the other 2 sides to do around the front here and at the top here. Now the roof is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. I want to put these 5 levels on the top here, and I think we're going to start. How are we going to do this? Like that, I think. So that's going to be 1, and then whoops, 2 like that. Let's get a splash poster so a little bit quicker. Sorry if this episode is a little bit shorter than usual, but I've just been up and down so much I've lost track of time, and I've nearly done all the building that I can really do today. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And that looks pretty cool as well, I think. In fact, that might look good all the way down, but I do think just at the top there, it just adds a little bit of detail to the top. It lets you know when the top's coming. And like from the road down here, that looks pretty sweet. And once we get some trees down here as well, the trees will really help with the height. As far as the ceiling goes, the roof on this place, I'm not quite sure. I think we're going to go with a pretty flat roof on here. Let's have a look. So, obviously we're going to want it to be out on this level as a start. And then we'll sort of ease it in. So it's going to go along here like that. Down here. Out to here. And then along this front. Now this end looks okay now. And that'll go out like that. Yeah. Oops. Ah, making a mess. Oh, there we go. Right, that front there looks okay. I like this sort of lip on the front here. Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad either. In fact, I might do that, and maybe go along here. And I think that sort of tops that off nicely. I'm not quite sure how to do it though. I think if we do 2 layers thick around the edge of everything, like this, and then use some half slabs to get a little bit of depth. Now, it's not going to be too often that people are going to see it from above, but it's not something that we should just forget about. We should put a little bit of effort into it, and I do like. In fact, I like using these cobblestone ones for ceilings. Don't know, for the roofs of things. If we go along, there we go. We go along like this. For maybe a couple of levels, for maybe a bit more, maybe 3 or 4 levels. 2, 3, like so, and along here 1. It's looking pretty cool though. I do like the look. The view, if we stand in like a balcony from up here, how cool is that? Would you live in this apartment complex? I would. Got a beautiful tour of beautiful view of the mayor's house. Oh no, that's not the mayor's house. That's our tutorial house that we done. That's a shame about the render distance on Xbox. I'd really like to see it all from, like, the whole world from above. But we can see the hospital and everything. I'm fine. No! Suicide. There we go. Memories. Right. And there. And there. Now, I'm going to try and attempt to do the other 2 of these sides off camera. If I can get them finished by the time this episode needs to go up, then this video is now going to cut to it being finished, and if it doesn't, then I'm sorry, and we shall see in the next episode. But hold on, it might be finished, or it might be the end of the episode. I don't know. Whoa! Traffic light. We're done, guys. I couldn't leave it there. I couldn't just leave it half finished. I had to finish it off. But I've worked my fingers to the bone today. They're really, really hurting now. I've got some trees down this side. This is why I wanted to leave this sort of gap around the outside for some trees. That really makes a cool difference. We've got some planters out the front here using the quartz, a couple of benches, little floor design. I wanted to put a light in here, so we're going to put a light down here just like that, I was thinking. Yeah, just on the floor, just to light that little bit up. I think that looks cool, though. We've got it all the way around, all 4 sides now. And I'm really pleased with that. I even extended the road out for you guys. So I would really, really appreciate it this episode if you have already hit that like button, or if you're going to hit that like button at the end of the episode. I would really, really appreciate it, because I've worked really, really hard today for it. But I'm going to have to cut it here, guys, as the sun is setting. I'm going out with my girlfriend tonight. It was her birthday at the weekend, so I need to go and get dressed and ready into some nice clothes to have a nice meal together. So we should leave it there, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!